hope you're having a great day. But I'm having a busy day. I made you guys banana nut bread. I know, right? And as promised, I'm going to post that video as soon as this is done. You guys, this is a personal recipe of my own. I put stuff in it that most people don't put in banana bread. I think you're going to love this. I give it as gifts. And my roommate is playing cameraman. So, yeah, he's learning. yeah. But anyway, it's a 3-part, but it's all meshed together. You'll enjoy it. I do speak about an appliance that I got that's perfect for the for an RV, a travel trailer, for boondocking. Even though I have a full-size gas range, I still use this little machine. So enjoy the recipe. I will put the recipe down below. Yeah, I know, right? I'm actually using a recipe with this one. Go figure. But before we get into the video, I have to tell you guys, I have a huge surprise coming up. Probably about the first week, the end of the first week of September. Just saying, I'm so excited. Oh. But anyway, we will also continue here on Coffee with Tami, talking about my change inward and outward. We also have some narcissist subject coming up, and there's a few other subjects that I want to cover. So if you have a subject that you want to cover on this channel, leave it in your comments and I will jot it on my pad and we'll get it covered. Enjoy this cooking recipe. This recipe is amazing. Enjoy this cooking video. Enjoy this cooking video. Enjoy this recipe. It is the bomb. And remember, watch for that video, my big surprise. Okay? Anyway, remember to love yourselves, because if you don't love you, ain't nobody gonna love you. And pay it forward, you guys, no matter how you do it. A hug, a dollar, a water, bread, a dinner, however you pay it forward. Working in the food bank, pay it forward. The world needs more kindness. Just saying. Have an awesome day. Peace. I love that cameraman. Anyway, today I'm going to be making my famous banana bread. And right now, the first part of this, I'm going to give you guys the ingredient list. So, over here, you're going to be using cinnamon. And if you can, use real cinnamon. This is real cinnamon, this name. The stuff you get in the store most time is not real cinnamon. You're going to be using brown sugar. I use cocoa or coconut brown sugar. You'll need baking powder, baking soda, sea salt, flour. Those are your dry ingredients. And then over here, we're going to have, for our wet ingredients, vanilla, a stick of butter, 2 eggs, 5 or 6 bananas. These are really tiny. I usually use at least 5 really ripe big bananas, so I might use all those. I put in molasses, and I also put in honey that I didn't bring out here. And you're going to need milk. So honey is the only thing that's not out on this table. And then I usually treat people who I give my banana bread to, because this will make a lot of banana bread. I usually mix in caramel chips or white chocolate chips or chocolate chips into my banana bread, but today I'm going to be using M&Ms. You can also put nuts. It's optional. So, besides the honey that I spaced, this is our ingredient list. When I come back, I will have everything mixed up in 2 bowls, and you can watch me, you know, get it ready and put it in the oven, and then we'll come back when it's done, because you're going to cook this, I think it's on 350 degrees for 60 to 90 minutes, you guys. And I will be posting a recipe down below, because this is one of those recipes that I have to measure. And we know I hate measuring. So anyway, we'll see you in a little bit. Thanks to my cameraman, and peace out. Welcome back. Anyway, I forgot, coffee is optional. Just saying. So anyway, before we get to mixing all the wet ingredients and the dry ingredients, I want to show you the size pans I use, because I usually wrap these in foil, freeze them, and give them as gifts. Housewarming gifts, somebody's sick gift. So I use different size pans, and I use glass, and I use metal. All kinds of different sizes. Let me tell you about this little oven. I got this little oven right before I moved out of my studio. I love this little oven. Now, if you look over here, I have a full-size gas range. It's less than a year old, but I would prefer to cook my banana bread and a lot of other things right here in this little oven. I think we've even done barbecue chicken in there, haven't we?
Yep.
So anyway, it's a Black & Decker. You guys, we only paid $49 for this. It's not only a toaster, but it is a regular oven. And I have to tell you, it really doesn't heat the house up as much as the big oven, and it cools off in a hot hurry. If you're an RVer, this is the tool to have. You'll never have, especially if you're hooked up in a park, because you'll never ever have to use your gas oven. Now, I love gas, but when it comes to cooking my breads and my pastries, that's the bomb. So anyway, make sure, no matter if you're using tin or if you're using glass, that you dust these with flour, because your bread will stick. If you've ever made bread of any kind, it sticks. Just saying. So anyway, in here I have all my wet ingredients, and in here I have all my dry. And what I'm going to do is mix them together. You guys, right now, I cannot tell you how amazing this smells. And it's not even cooked. Let me get my little rubber spatula here. It's not even cooked, but it smells amazing. Ask my cameraman.
It smells amazing.
My bananas are in here as well. So we're going to pour this in with our dry ingredients carefully. I tend to make a mess sometimes. And scrape it good. And yeah, there is butter, a whole stick in here, but like I said, it'll still stick to your pan if you don't grease that pan. Now you guys, I don't just stick my blender in there and beat it now, because if I did that, it would be all over the walls and coffee pot. So I'll hand mix this until it gets a little mixed, you know. That way when it takes off, it doesn't fly. It smells amazing. My roommate, my cameraman, will eat a loaf of this. He absolutely loves this banana bread. I don't know if it's the honey and the molasses in it, or the cinnamon, because most people don't put that in their recipe. But yeah, I have found this to be the nicest, the bestest in the world. Okay, now that I have that semi-mixed, I'm going to use my beaters. I'm not going to mix it real long, you guys, probably about a minute. So I'm going to let you listen to all that racket while I chat, and you look at the back of my head. So, come over here, honey. Now look toward me. But this way, so think you see? We're learning, guys. We're learning. Okay, so now that I have this semi-mix, I'm going to put my heater on low and just go around my bowl. Make sure it's good mixed. And again, I can't even begin to tell you the smell here. I might offer my beaters to the camera. Oh, look at that consistency, you guys. That butter just blends right in there. And it becomes a nice, soft, cakey. That's that mess I was telling you all about. It becomes a nice, cakey batter. Not bad. I just got a little bit on the coffee pot. So I'll save these for my cameraman because that's how we roll here. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and what I do is I mix whatever chips I'm putting in very last, right before I put it in my pans. And since I got to dust and flour those, just saying, I'm not putting these in until I'm ready to bake. So I'm going to preheat my oven right now, you guys, at 350, and then I'm going to dust in my pans, and then I'm going to pour my batter in. When we come back, you'll see the finished product. Again, like I said, this is one of the most amazing, you can't even call it a bread. It's more like a cake, a treat. It's delicious with ice cream.
Yeah.
Oh, it's delicious with
Vanilla bean.
vanilla bean ice cream. That's pretty much all we buy here. But it's delicious with a cup of milk. It's delicious with coffee in the morning. It is just one of the best banana breads I've ever ate, and my cameraman.
And some peanut butter on a slice is good too.
Yeah, he's real creative when it comes to the banana bread. So anyway, I'll see you guys back here when the bread is done. Anyway, bye everybody. Yeah, coffee. Anyway, you'll notice that I have a different head. Yeah. This is our second batch. I always make 2 batches because when we buy overripe bananas, we usually get like 10 pounds of them. Yeah, so I'm baking bread for at least a couple days. But it's worth it because we used the bread to give us gifts as well. I told you that. Plus my cameraman, roommate, is really fond of this bread. Anyway, guys, I will be posting the recipe down below. But let's take a look at the second batch. The first batch, I put the M&Ms on top. I'll put pictures at the end of the video. This batch, I made plain. I made them in small. Out of this batch, I actually got all this bread. So sometimes I get less. But this is how I wrap them to freeze them. That way, whenever you put them in the freezer, they freeze, they stay. You could do it bake them in a can like my grandmother. But I've always wrapped my pastries. Don't get so close, good Lord.
I'm not.
Okay. He's like, I'm not. Don't stress. I always wrap my breads in foil. My grandmother taught me years ago. But again, if you want to bake in a coffee can, you can do that as well. Anyway, we find in our house that these are perfect for a lot of things. It's nice thick foil, and this is what I use to wrap the bread, are these. So I wanted to show you that because it really does. These really hold up well in the freezer, guys. I'll be popping these in the freezer except for what my roommate consumes. We usually split whatever I bake. So anyway, I'm going to cut this for you guys. So the first batch, I put all the M&Ms on top just to see how pretty it would turn out. Those pictures, again, will be posted at the end. Again, these are just bread, and these are just bread. These I baked the M&Ms inside, and I want to take a picture of me. I want this on camera of me cutting this bread with the M&Ms inside. This has got to be beautiful. Ready? And then my cameraman is going to taste. Oh, hear that crunch? You guys, you could put these in a muffin pan and make these as breakfast muffins. They're that delicious. You could probably put like a powdered sugar on top. You could use icing on top if you want. That's how delicious this bread is. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at him. You hear my cameraman, guys? So
M&M marble.
Yes, it's beautiful marbled. We're going to give him a bite because I live Atkins lifestyle and I can't have any. So here's a nice bite for our cameraman, and we'll listen to his We'll listen to how he likes it, okay? Here you go. Ah!
Oh, that's good.
Okay, guys, listen. I put M&Ms in it this time. Normally, at the market, you can get white chocolate chips for your cookies, and you can get caramel. I usually put those in my bread when I bake it. Now what ends up happening is it becomes one with the bread and kind of makes a candy inside. So I usually put about a half a cup of each in each batch, or a little more. I will be putting the recipe down below. Those chips are the absolute best with this bread. I've tried the caramel and the white chocolate chips in the bread. It's delicious. My neighbors love it, and the roommate loves it. This is the first time.
That was good.
This is the first time that I ever put, yeah, M&M's in there. Looks good, huh? Right?
Tastes good too.
I wish I could have a bite, but I can't. So anyway, yes, I have a different headdress on, head covering. I am gonna finish up this video, get it ready to drop, and then I want to do a video on head coverings. So anyway, I hope y'all have a great day. Remember to love yourself. If you don't love you, nobody can love you. It's a fact. Not only that, be kind to someone today. Like one of my subscribers said, hug somebody today. You know what? Pay it forward. Whether it's a hug, like he said, or even $1, a bottle of water. Just pay it forward, guys. This world needs to be a better place. It's getting so bad out there. Anyway, have a great week. Peace out. Bye-bye.